Hey Taurus, welcome to the Tower. We're going to be doing a singles, taken, and forsaken reading today. This is going to be for reading spread 3D, 40, 5D for singles, divine energy Tauruses, for those in unions, and for those that are forsaken at the moment. Alright, so we're going to do the typical oracle card, Earth Magic, an intuitive oracle card, 3D, 4D, 5D for single Tauruses. Let's go ahead and just jump on in. Alright. Oracle card for single Taurus. Just one. Unfoldment. Alright, let's get it intuitive. You want to know where to find these decks? The links and Facebook pages and all that are all in the description. You can only find this one at imnottangled.com. Singles. Come on. Alright, we've got Rise, Hope, and Vision. Alright, let's get the rest of your cards out, and then we'll talk more about those at the end. Alright, so I like to start out with the 3D, 4D, 5D spreads. I shuffle from 5D, work my way down to the 3D, and then we read them up again back into our oracle cards. Here we go. 5D for me is Spirit Guides, Celestials, Angels, Oversouls. All of those exist and communicate on the 5D. What is going on with those communications on the 5D? You're lucky, Taurus, this just happened to deal out to you. I spin them around when I'll read them later, but I'll leave them like that for you for now. If one comes out upright, I'll turn them all around. Or if one comes out upright, I'll read the reversals. But if they all come out upside down, I just take that as they dealt to you, not to me. 4D, what's going on in the telepathic connections? What's going on in everybody's minds? What's the true story versus the projection on the 3D? What is going on the 3D? What is the narrative being pushed on the 3D? 'Alright, we got a golden dragon here. This is someone who definitely wants to find that balance between give and take with others, especially when it comes to money and finances, just trying to find some fairness. But just be mindful with that golden dragon there that that's not some, don't don't be that. Don't be smug there, okay? I see moving on from like a third party situation, an energy of I'm not going to fight for attention. I'd rather be on my own. I'm not going to play that three party. If you're going to talk to other people, then I don't want to talk to you, really. I sense that there's like this Five of Wands, probably some sort of circle of jealousy or something along those natures. Like the wolves are kind of circled around you. You feel nitpicky, especially when it comes to like this energy, right? And I sense like some of them might have even been like friendly with you or your friends, because this is usually this upright is you're building kind of a wolf pack. This combined with the 5 is kind of like your own wolf pack kind of nipping at you, if that makes any sense. I do see though that focusing, all right. So what happens is the universe usually causes things like this to happen to knock these people out of your life. Why? Because they're causing you to be in a frequency of lack. This is so that you could punch through a barrier to get that without being smog, right? Get what I'm saying there? Get what I'm saying there? That's the 3D. That's the 3D. All right, what's going on the 4D? On the 4D, on your minds, right? On your minds. Now, I love this. You got the Hermit and the Hierophant here on either side, right? So that's showing me that you've really learning how to ground, center, connect to source, right? And doing this in solitude on your own. I feel like solitude is giving you so much more strength than you even realize, right? You got the 6 of Wands victory here, the Empress being more nurturing energy here, right? And the Page of Swords seeking and finding more knowledge here in the center. It's just a beautiful mindset to really be in, right? That is very grounded, very balanced. Awesome. All right, I'm going to turn this around just so that I can read it, so I don't read them in reversals because I'm a spaz. All right, I definitely see, look, we got your energy right there, right? Queen of Pentacles. This is the Divine Feminine Taurus card here, right? This is the recognizing, I think the 5D here. I think you're becoming aware of this on the 4D at least. And though you still could get engaged in it in the 3D, that you're becoming more and more aware of what it is, right? Entrapments are what you make of them, right? Focusing on spilled cups instead of connections that are there, right? I definitely see an energy of once you releasing these things, right? You got the Queen of Cups here. There will be a Knight of Cups coming in. Knight, a little bit immature. I wouldn't totally turn it down here, not with this Wheel of Fortune card here, right? This is kind of like the wheels are turning and they're turning in your favor, even if it doesn't feel like that on the 3D right now. All right, so you got the lotus flower, which is unfoldment, right? This is coming up out of the muck, out of the mud. This is a famous quote from Thich Nhat Hanh about how the lotus would not exist without the muck and the mud. And roses cannot grow there. It's one of the most beautiful, powerful symbols in the world because it comes from muck and mud and darkness through the waters of emotions all the way up to bloom on top of the lily pads on top of the water, right? But it has to live in calm, still pond water, right? Rise, follow your visions, remain hopeful. Okay, that was our singles. Now for our takens. What's going on with our taken Tauruses? What's going on with the taken Tauris? Those that are in a union. Put some messages from the universe for them. What Gaia has to say. Ooh. DNA, karma. Ah. One more. Did y'all see that flip on the singles? Something about that wildness and that foot on this card, right? That's got me thinking. I don't know why, but the 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out the door. All right, what else have we got? We got mischief. Ha 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 ha, and caution. Ooh, ooh. All right, I don't say too much. Calm down, calm down. It's okay. Let's see what we got going on here on the 5D. What's the oversoul, spirit guides, angels, celestials? What do they got going on? What do they think's happening? What they got to say about it? We did it again, Taurus. All right, on the 40, what's on the telepathic connections here? $3D. Here we go. All right, Taurus. I see on the 3D here that there's a recognizing that this is a rite of passage, that you are looking back on this and seeing the kind of the synchronicities and the things that have led you up to this part of the path, and like just being aware. This is almost like a recognizing that you saw what was happening the whole time, right? Or you've seen recognizing the patterns, right? Being able to look back and recognizing the patterns, recognizing your parts of the patterns, and learning on how, whatever the situation is right now, learning how you've also played into it and things of that nature. I find that you've really been immersed in your own emotions right now and learning how to channel these passions, right? I sense there is an 8 of Cups, some things that need to be moved on from, right? Within your own mind and your own heart, things that you need to let go of in order to move forward, right? To bring balance to those waters of your emotions and passions. Right? I got the 10 of Swords here. I see it says there's a lot of anxiety, and it's a lot of anxiety about trying to bring stability and harmony around you, or maintaining stability and harmony around you, right? I sense on the 40 here, what's really weighing on your mind is you feel like there is a lot of burdens and you're just not sure what decision and what path to go in, right? I feel like you're just blindly following into nowhere, and you've got crows pecking at you, pulling you in different directions. You got the 6 of Pentacles as well. You guys are really always about trying to be as fair as possible. No matter what your mindset is or anything, you always look to be as fair and even as possible. That's one of your better traits, right? The wheel is still turning for you. I think you do acknowledge that, and I think that you are just really trying to balance this physical and the spiritual to bring some harmony and balance to your mind as well. I sense that there's just a lot of trying to find that balance right now. Turn these around so that I can read them. All right. I do see that there is a lot of whatever situation that you're going into right now, or whatever's going on within your relationship. This is the taken within union, or at least within contact spread, right? I got some hope and renewal here with the Star card. You also got the World card, that this is major cycles for you, right? This is lessons and worrying about poverty and money and things of that nature, right? And how that has affected your decision making and everybody else's decision making within these dynamics, right? There's also this third party situation, whether this is a worry, this is on the 5D, so this can even be soul connections that you could be really jealous of, that bring you a lot of anxiety, right? There is some messages here about the foot out the door, whether that is you because you feel like you're in a third-party situation or whether you feel like somebody else is, right? There is some sort of mischief going on. Be mindful. Someone does have a wild side to them with that foot there, but just be cautious before you make any decisions, right? I'm getting a strong message of pay attention to what responses that you're making that are learned behaviors that you learned from people in your past, especially your family. All right, let's get into our Forsaken Tauruses. Our Tauruses that are out of contact, out of union. What is up with the Forsaken? Perspective. Alright, we need a card for our Forsaken Tauruses. This is the intuitive deck. You can find the links for these cards and more people that I'm connected with below. Other YouTubers and stores and links of that nature. Alright, Forsaken. Get trapped, friendship, union, lost. I think there's a lot here with the web and that door open. But let's see what else we got going on for y'all, okay? What's going on the 5D for our Forsaken? Spirit guides, celestials, angels, oversouls. What's going on the 5D connections here? What's going on the 4D telepathic connections? What's going on the 4D telepathic connections for the Forsaken? What's going on the 3D? What's going on the 3D with the Forsaken? All right. All right, now you got something going on with sixes. You got 3 6s down here already, right? A lot going on with sixes. So, definitely get a sense you've been burned, right? Right. Got the Six of Wands. It's like there was a balance of equal give and take, but one person, it was almost like nobody even saw how much they were giving, right? I feel like you have had a victory lately, a victory, but I feel like it's cost you a lot. But it was something that needed to happen. Like a victory that cost you a lot. I think it might have been something for your own personal, like a victory in standing up in what you believe in, right? I feel like this was a victory in standing up for what you believe in, and it got you burned really badly, right? All those pentacles, I feel it had a lot to do with finances. On the 40, I still sense that there's a lot of imbalance here, a lot of having trouble to balance the physical and the spiritual here. There is a Knight of Cups here. This is not a truly romantic person, right? This is not a good energy at all. This is not wanting to give loving communication or things of that nature. I do have the sense of, this is the 40, this is on your mind, right? It's like your 9 of Cups is with this connection if you could just get victory with it, right? It's like this would be fixed if you could just get this to work out. On the 5D, there's a lot of, this is the end of a cycle and a lot of refusing to see that it's the end of a cycle, right? To the point where you're missing opportunities. You're carrying this as a burden, right? It's time to look forward. This is just another, this is an inevitable tower, right? Keeping connected to this is just keeping you connected to inevitable towers. It's really time to change your perspective on this. Right? It's time to change your perspective about this, right? Because you're feeling trapped, right? You're feeling trapped. You're feeling trapped because you lost this union and this friendship, and you feel trapped in this connection, and you're still clung to and stuck in the web of the loss. There's an open door to escape this game. And I tell this to a lot of people. I'm like, the game ends the minute you stop playing, right? There's something about this whole thing that you need to change your perspective. You're not seeing it from a far enough out perspective. You need to see it from farther out, right? You need to see the whole game, the whole system, the whole web, how not only you guys are connected, but how you're connected to everybody else within your lives, right? And how this is all playing out. That's the perspective you need to gain on this, right? Even if there's losses and endings, a lot of times the only reason we're holding on to them is because it's so easy. If you look at into the perspectives of before social media and the internet, someone moved away. They just moved away. And unless you went through the trouble of keeping up pen pal communication, and anybody who's in the military, brat, or anything else like that understands how hard it is to keep up with that stuff, you know, people would fade in and out of your life. Any type of connection would, you know. Just look at it from a different perspective. All right, Tauruses, I believe that's all the messages that I've got for y'all today. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. As always, buttons and bells if this helped. And I will be back as soon as I can, I promise. Love y'all.